Yo, I'm K.Rule34 and I'm still the most erotic K.Rule main on the internet. And with that, welcome to another video on my channel. You may hear my voice is not at its greatest, but I kind of want to get back into content creation a little since, well, I had to take a break for like a week since I had COVID, or technically still have COVID, but yeah. And while it wasn't really bad, I mostly had no voice. And recording videos where I talk with no voice isn't too easy. Today, we will be creating a King K.Rule Move-Tier list with help of tiermaker.com, where there's an exact list for that. As you can see, every throw, every grab, I believe, and pummel are there twice, once with text, once without. So, talking about that, let's immediately start with not ranked tier. Because, well, it just doesn't make sense to rank some of K.Rule's moves, compare them to each other. Because of obvious reasons. For one, everything that has a version with text, I am going to use the version with text, as it's, well, often it's very easy to understand even without, but even easier with the text. I will not rate grab at all and dash grab at all, because how exactly do you rate the grab compared to the rest of the moveset? Like, the grab is just a tool that's made to lead to other moves you can do. Obviously, pummel is the same. I am not going to rank King K.Rule's pummel today. As sorry as I am for you all who very desperately wanted to see me ranking King K.Rule's pummel. So yeah, I think that's... Nope. Down there's pivot grab. Like, if you want a short opinion on any of those. So, obviously the ones that I am gonna rank, I am gonna rank. K.Rule has a pretty good grab. I definitely use this grab a lot, but not the normal one that often. It's not bad, it has decent reach, but dash grab is where it's at, because dash grab has insane range, hits very well, and I can't rate grab for any more than that, because like all the other stuff would be throws. And pivot grab has brutal range, insane pivot grab. I believe one of the best in the game. And yeah, one of the best non-tethers, obviously. Tethers do go farther still. And pummel, I'm not gonna talk about King K.Rule's pummel. No. So yeah, let's go on with actually ranking the moves. I'm gonna do it by the order down there. Here we have this tier. I have done a tier list like that before, not on video, I believe, though. And I only had one move in the lowest tier, which I want to do again. The worst move, up here we are gonna have the top 5 moves. This whole list will be ordered, except for non-ranked, because they are not ranked. Very useful moves. And situational. Useful. That's a thing that I definitely need to tell before we really go on. There are no moves in K.Rule's kit that the character can't use. Like, most Wi-Fi K.Rules will only go to like projectiles, maybe sometimes a dash attack or a down throw, but there is like no move a good K.Rule player is never going to use. You are like, I could talk a lot about that now, but I will talk about the moves uses as we go to the moves. Let's start off with a back throw. The list, as I said, will be ordered. Back throw is, like, I haven't made up my thoughts yet, so it's possible that I change places during the list. But yeah, back throw is just a very good killing back throw. Not much to say about that. Back throw, well, maybe we have to get in a little also with K.Rule's grab being very good, which also makes his throws even more useful, every single one of them. And back throw is just a very, very powerful kill back throw. So, who would not want that? Also, it sends at a very, very annoying angle, which obviously for K.Rule is good. King K.Rule's back air. I'm kind of making myself problems with how I named the tiers. Alright, now I can with good confidence put this here. Because the thing is, King K.Rule's back air. As I talked about in my aerial guide that I just not a long time ago published, you can definitely go watch that. I already talked about a little. King K.Rule's back air definitely has its weaknesses. Most of all, 18 frames of startup, which isn't too great. In exchange, it does have less end lag than some of his other aerials. It's decently safe on shield. Obviously, it's a very powerful spike, but even if hit on stage and hitting the opponent to the side, it's a smash attack. Like that's what it is. I still nearly every day kill people by catching a get-up attack on neutral get-up with my back air at like 60 to 70% if I have a lot of rage. This move is insanely powerful, and if you hit it, devastating. Obviously also funny spike. Has some setups to get the back air spike. For example, reverse crown or the drop of cannonball from stage. It's really not a bad move, and it's a move K.Rule can use. Which is why I named the tiers like that. Like, worst move is pretty much the only move where I personally really say I only use this move at days where I'm playing bad. So, last time I made a King K.Rule move tier list for myself. I placed his neutral B at first place. I called it his best move back then, which is one of the reasons I wanted to redo that, because it is a top 5 move, I would say. Blunderbuss is a great tool. Slow projectiles in Smash Ultimate are always good. The cannonball deals 16.5 damage or something like that, I believe, which is insane. There's great setups. You can combo out of cannonball if you do it correctly. You can combo into cannonball with pretty much everything. It's just great to cover space. And that's cannonball. But neutral B isn't only cannonball. It's also a great pivot grab that you can hold for multiple seconds and drop through platforms with it, and you can shoot your opponent into different directions. Even though up usually isn't a great choice, and I'm still very sad you can't shoot opponents down. That would be hilarious and great. But this move is insane as it is. Like, a very good move, very much used. Ledge trapping, no matter if the cannonball or the suck both are great at ledge trapping. Ledge trapping is definitely this move's greatest strength as well, but in neutral, just throwing out a slow projectile can be very good. The only thing that cannonball is not that great at, or there's a few points that make this move not broken. And those are, it's pretty slow. The cannonball itself already comes out quite slow. And after shooting the cannonball until the hitbox itself starts, is also not the fastest. Then, what else isn't too great about this move? Well, the cannonball has quite low priority. Very many moves in this game. Is that how you say it? I don't know. Quite a lot of moves in this game will just beat out cannonball or clank with it. So yeah, that's one thing. But it still can give a lot of pressure, and either your opponent wants to shield the cannonball in neutral, you can run up and true grab them out of shield, because K.Rule is quite a lot faster than cannonball. They could try to jump over it. You can just read and cover the jump with a forward air. There's just quite a lot this move does, and you are likely going to use it a lot. It can also help quite a lot if you're up high and want to fall down below the ledge to safely recover, because it just scares people to go near you while you drop down aside from the ledge. Honestly, it shouldn't scare people that much. Quite often you could be able to punish K.Rule for getting sucked and taking it. But especially in close games, where your opponent is like at a 140, 150, against a good chunk of the cast, Suck and Cuck is untackable at that point. So you definitely have to be scared of that. So yeah. Also, if you just catch your opponent off guard, or just have an opponent that isn't good at attacking, Suck and Cuck. And at some stages, like Town and City or PS2, Suck and Cuck, no matter if they tag it or not, sometimes they cannot even tag it because they don't hit a wall, especially at Town and City, can just kind of pineapple them, trap them under the stage if they don't have a good recovery, and you get a kill, sometimes even at 0. So yeah, that was enough talk about Blunderbuss. And we immediately go on with another top 5 move. One that's even better. King K.Rule's Crown. Doesn't have the advantages a slow projectile has in this game, because it's decently fast. But what does Crown have? Crown has a hit going into the opponent and coming back from the opponent, like both directions. You know, it functions like a boomerang. It's one of the highest priority projectiles in the game, beating out most other projectiles there are. And yeah, what much can I say about it? It's one of King K.Rule's best combo tools there is. Especially the back hit of Crown, which can combo into like nearly everything. There's kill confirms like a reverse Crown into back air spike, which you all know. You can kill confirm it into an up air on up smash. You can kill confirm it into forward smash. Like, there is so much you can do. And what are the weaknesses on the other hand? Well, also this move has armor. And armor that does not break the belly but is percent based. With the 1v1 multiplier, sorry, it's at 14.4%. The one weakness, the greatest weakness of this move, once again, lag. Because this move is quite laggy, and even during the armor you can just grab K.Rule, and if you throw him at the right time as the crown comes back, the returning crown will not hit you as you're in grab invincibility. And if you have a move that deals more than those 14.4%, yeah, that's also something you can abuse. But crown is a very strong projectile. Also pressures ledge a lot. Another part of King K.Rule's great ledge trapping. What I really think is underrated from this move is how you can, like, King K.Rule just sitting on a platform with neutral B and being ready to cover every option is just such a standard way to ledge trap and still so effective. But the counterplay is very eminent. Just wait on ledge. With crown, you can make sure your opponent cannot do that. Just throw the crown backwards at the right spot. Just try around in training mode, you will get the spacing. Because crown just hits ledge if you throw it correctly. You throw a crown at the bottom, hop onto the platform, the crown doesn't come back to you because it cannot go upwards. Instead it hits the ledge, and if you throw it correctly, your opponent will not have invincibility anymore at that point. So, he will either get hit by the crown, which can combo into a cannonball you can shoot, or something else you can do, or it forces the opponent to do a get up while you still have your blunderbuss out and can read to literally every option they do if there's a platform. So yeah, very powerful option. Next up, a not top 5 move. Is down air better or worse than back throw though? I will rank it at worse for now. Down air has quite some end lag. The sour spot isn't too great. It has armor, which is good. So yeah, to the upsides of this move. Down air is a great combo tool. At certain percent, it lets the opponent stay on the ground getting hit with it, but being in enough hit stun for insane combos. Especially stuff like the Kremlin combo. Down air into down tilt into down air into F smash. A kill confirm at a below 50 against some characters if you don't have a lot of rage. Which obviously is very strong. But otherwise also down air is great at comboing. A lot of the aerial combos and stuff you can, as I said earlier, just look up in my guide that I released about aerials. That's why I will keep it rather short for them. And yeah, down air has many combos, many simple confirms. At high percent, down air into forward air, down air into up air, down air can combo into up smash, down air can combo into F smash. A shit ton of confirms. And it is King K.Rule's best 2-framing option. It hits quite a lot below the ledge, spikes your opponent, and can take early stocks with that if you know your timings. Also, it's very disjointed, so it can even hit King K.Rule's own up B. Next up, dash attack. I would say is actually the worst move we've covered so far. That's like a rule I can always tell people that play against me on different days as well. The more I use dash attack on a day, the worse I'm playing. Because dash attack definitely has some uses, but also quite some downsides. Especially, it's more committal than some of King K.Rule's smash attacks. It's insanely laggy. Obviously really not safe on shield. And that definitely is its greatest weakness. It has belly armor, which can break, but also can help you a lot with this move. So yeah. What does dash attack do good? Well, it is powerful. It is a killing dash attack for sure. You can actually treat it somewhat like a smash attack at times. It's great for catching like neutral get up and get up attack because it's pretty long lasting. Even though the later hit of the move is a weak hit that doesn't do as much for King K.Rule. Other than that, its main use, I would argue, is against some characters. If your opponent stays at ledge too long, it can hit ledge and get early kills from that. And otherwise, it's probably the most optimal follow-up after a down throw at higher percent. Quite high percent, to be fair. At like 3-digit percent, it usually is a very good follow-up because it kills earlier than up tilt, and I do not quite know all the data from my head right now, but it's not slower than up tilt startup, I would say, if you do an instant dash attack. So yeah, maybe a little slower. It's definitely very useful for that. But other than that, it's just very committal. It doesn't really have combos, like it can combo into Cannonball or out of Cannonball because nearly every move in this game can do that. Or, well, every move in K.Rule's kit. And yeah. That's pretty much all I can say about this move. Next up. On K.Rule court, there's often discussion. What exactly is King K.Rule's worst move? And there's usually two contenders. Forward smash and down smash. A lot of Wi-Fi K.Rule players, especially at lower level, or lower level players in general, will think of this as like one of the most broken moves in the game. But once you figure out how to deal with it, this is King K.Rule's worst move. Down smash is just, once again, insanely committal. It has belly armor, once again, which can help, but which can also break. Like, this move can have its use cases. Catch a get-up attack or something with a down smash as it jumps over it. And you can just get a kill at 50 or something at ledge. So, the move has its uses, but overall, there's nothing that can combo into it from a true combo, I believe. It has quite a lot of startups, so even after berries, it's one of the least safe options to go for. You should usually go for forward smash there if you really want to go for a smash attack like that. Mostly you will want to go for a mash read though with up smash, or just a safe punish like instant dash attack. Down smash just doesn't have a lot of good uses and is insanely punishable. Many low-level K.Rules are going to spam it because non-experienced players will struggle with this move. But this move is the scrub killer of K.Rule's kit. Once your opponent gets to a higher level of play, down smash will not harm them that much anymore, because they can easily play around it. It can break shields if charged a lot, but how often are you going to be able to charge a smash attack like that a lot and your opponent will shield it? So yeah, in my opinion, King K.Rule's worst move. There's two more redeeming factors it has, but not that much. It can hit ledge quite well. So if your opponent holds onto ledge too long, it can be a devastating option there. And with a very good timing, it can 2-frame. But it is not a good 2-frame option. But if it hits, it just murders. that's really what this move does. It murders if it hits. But hitting is the hard part. So, yeah. Also, what's the chance? Like, I'm getting... I'm getting only music from the same creator right now. Does something not work with... No. The random works. It's really... We are getting all the same creator by accident. I'm actually gonna skip this track right now. Because after that, that's another one. So yeah, down smash is probably also my least used move with K.Rule on good days. On bad days, you will find me using it quite sometimes. Dash attack and down smash are the moves I really use more when I'm not playing great. And yeah, you are realizing the problem of my voice. I had also kind of hoped to get this done faster, but we are at like half an hour already. So I'm gonna go by a little faster for the next moves. For the remaining moves. Down throw. I personally think it's a little worse than back throw and down air. Because it just has less consistency. At high percent, yeah. At low percent down throw is not worth it at all. At higher percent, this move is always a 50-50. Your opponent mashes and you read that with an up air or up smash. Well, at percent, like that's not 3 digit, your opponent can mash out before you are able to do any of those, but it's very difficult. And at 3 digit percent, you can like nearly always get a punish if you read the mash. So either you read them mashing and get a kill for it, or you read them not mashing and get a kill for it, or you read the wrong thing and your opponent gets out. Obviously, you can also do stuff like up tilt or instant dash attack, which pretty much nobody will be able to... Yeah, nobody will be able to mash out at higher percent, I think. Which can lead to kill confirms then. Down throw definitely is a very powerful move in K.Rule's kit, but I would just say it isn't as consistent as it could be. Or as it should be to be a better move. King K.Rule's Avaberry. God, I just want to put it here. I would say it's like the highest of quite good. Down tilt is once again just very committal. You've heard this a lot before. And it's just... King K.Rule is a super heavy. It's a recurring theme. So, if it hits, it buries quite a bit longer than down throw. Especially because your opponent can definitely react to K.Rule doing his animation and already start mashing. But if they get hit by a down tilt, like, they are usually going to take a moment before they really start mashing. Which makes definitely getting like forward smash out of this at 70 or something very, very possible. And that definitely kills, as you can imagine. Other than that, down tilt can 2-frame is one of King K.Rule's better 2-framing options, I'd say. Probably his third or second best, one of those two. And yeah, it does have problems though. The sour spot, or if it hits an airborne opponent, it's decently strong. The sour hit shockwave that sends opponents up is only useful in very, very niche situations. Oh yeah, that's something I forgot also for down smash. The shockwaves are also only useful in very, very niche situations. Because they can set up tech chase situations on platforms like on Battlefield. So yeah, what else is for down tilt? It's a strong berry, as I told earlier. Down air can true combo into it. I don't think there's any other true combos into it. Maybe back air in very specific scenarios can. I'm not quite sure about that though. But yeah. That's pretty much all I can say about this move. King K. Rool's forward air. The best move we've looked at so far. King K. Rool's forward air is insane. You, once again, can look the area guide to just see more of what I really think about that. So, what exactly are the upsides of this move? It's pretty safe. It has a good auto-cancel window. It has a lot of range, a lot of kill power. Starts a lot of combos at low percent that deal a lot of damage. At higher percent, the sour spot can start combos and kill confirms, which isn't useful in my opinion though. Forward air's just in general a very, very good move with not too many downsides, but a shit ton of aerial end lag. It's barely possible to survive a single fast fall forward air off stage if you do it from ledge height on Final Destination, which is really the biggest problem this move has. Other than that, forward air, insane move. Also quite disjointed and can literally beat out moves like Samus charge shot. I don't think fully charge shot, but very much charge shot will lose to this move. So yeah, next move I already told you. There's always the discussion between two moves being King K. Rool's worst. I think down smash is the worst, but that means forward smash is the second worst. So, why do I think forward smash is better than down smash? That's pretty much all we need to discuss here, I think. It comes out faster. It's more safe. The hitbox forwards is better, and usually I think hitting forwards quite some with moves like that is good. And most importantly, forward smash has quite some combos into it. Reverse crown and down air both can true combo into it. Kremlin combo once again. So it's just more useful in many situations in my opinion. Also it technically can 2-frame as well, but like down smash, no, don't try it. Oh yeah, back air also in the very beginning can also 2-frame. Better for it than F smash and down smash, but like, yeah, that's pretty much it. Down air is definitely the best move for 2-framing. Next up, forward throw. How do I rank that move? Like, I'm kind of at a loss right now. So let's talk about what this move does first. Maybe it will help me make up my mind. So forward throw is pretty much the main use. It's a combo starter at lower percent. It can combo into dash attack, which doesn't sound like much, but it is just a very powerful confirm. Especially forward air into grab, forward throw, dash attack is like 50 damage for free early on in a stock. And it's pretty consistent. Other situations like forward throw at mid percent is something I don't see people use pretty much at all. They usually use up throw at that percent because it's the most damaging. I tend to really like forward throw at mid percent too though, because it puts your opponent in a disadvantaged situation where you can definitely, with just some reads, get like one good read of a forward throw at mid percent and you deal a shit ton of damage. Especially if your opponent decides to land and do any tech options and you hit that with a crown that can combo into crown 2, that for example at ledge can combo into a back air off stage which just kills. So yeah, forward throw in my opinion, is an underrated King K.Rule move. Most people use it at a low percent and that's it. And I can definitely see why up throw would be better at mid percent. At high percent forward throw is not useful. The only thing it can be able to do there is combo into cannonball. But yeah, forward throw, I think from how I argued myself, is here. Forward tilt. Honestly, I haven't made up my mind about the top 5 moves, as I said already. And I know that some higher level King K.Rule players, Troix, one of the best K.Rule players in the world probably, for example, does not think this move is too great. I will put it in top 5 though. I think King K.Rule's forward tilt is insane. It's very, very powerful, and especially at the tip. Deals quite some damage, can be done out of some setups decently. Forward throw at mid percent if your opponent doesn't jump. A sliding forward tilt can definitely hit them. And talking about sliding forward tilt, in many situations that's just better dash attack. Because the range of sliding forward tilt, like, you know how King K.Rule in his dash attack really sprints forward to fall down with quite some momentum. Sliding forward tilt has pretty much the same range. It's very good. It's very, very good. Also, forward tilt is probably King K.Rule's second best 2-framing option, I would say, after down air. Obviously only angled down, which also counted for F smash earlier. But yeah, very, very good move in my opinion. Kills early, has some confirms, has a lot of range. It once again isn't too safe, but yeah, that's K.Rule for you. And honestly, I really wouldn't know what other move I would put in top 5 as the last one. Because yeah, I know one more move that's definitely going there, and you are knowing what move is going to get there as well, I believe. Before that, we are getting to gut check though. Like, the thing is, gut check, in my opinion, is probably one of the best counters in the game. But counters in general are just not good. So, gut check is a counter that's also a reflector, not quite that weak either, I would say. You have kind of the disadvantage compared to other counters that this one only hits on King K.Rule's belly. You can hit his head, you can hit him from behind while he's doing it. Obviously, every counter has a shit ton of end lag, which is a great reason why they are not that good. King K.Rule's counter only hitting to one direction like that, because only the belly is a hitbox. Isn't that much of a problem though. You can turn it around if you get hit in the very moment, which can definitely lead to you just missing the hit of counter, sadly. But if your opponent is very near to you, it can definitely hit them into the other direction. And in many situations, like reverse edge guards, you can kill opponents at like 20 or 30 for that. At ledge, if you manage to catch a move like that, like playing against Smitty, the Bowser player, once or twice I got that, because I don't usually get counters at ledge against him, but like once or twice I just got the counter there on his forward tilt at ledge, turned it around, his forward tilt, his arm was out, so he got hit and died at like 60. As Bowser. Bowser. What was that pronunciation? As Bowser. So, another very, very niche situation that I like about this counter. In a reverse edgeguard situation like I just told you. For example, Jigglypuff is coming out for you. You are quite low. You are far to the side. if you counter them, they would get hit onto the stage and have to tag. They like neutral air you or something. And if you turn around, you wouldn't hit them. But you still turn around. And because they kind of need to on Wi-Fi, they press the air dodge button and SD because they expect you to not turn around and the counter just hit them. So they have to tag. Very niche bait situation, but I've gotten kills of that more often than I should have. So, next up we have K.Rule's Jab. A move that's quite difficult to rate, honestly. But it's just like a usual jab. A good get off me option. It puts into tech chase situations. It jab blocks, but K.Rule doesn't have a good jab block game. He requires reads to really get a lot out of it. Otherwise, instant dash attack. So, there's really not much to say about this move. It's just a very functional jab that does quite some damage, puts into tech chase situations, and one of K.Rule's best, not best, but fastest moves. K.Rule has a lot of slow moves, and this is one he definitely needs. Also, oh yeah, I should definitely talk about that. One of Jab's best uses is just to do jab 1, 2 to keep your opponent locked in place while a reverse crown is coming up. So you can combo jab 1, jab 2, reverse crown into a lot of stuff. For example, forward smash. Also, you can do a stupid fake infinite with down throw into jab, wait till they pop out, grab again, down throw, jab, go on. Down throw jab in general, you can do some funny disrespectful stuff. For example, down air also included there. You down air them on a platform, grab them above because at high percent, a grab on a platform, hitting an opponent below, combos into a grab on the platform. From there, you down throw them, jab them once. If you are at the edge of the platform, they fall off, fall to the ground. You jab lock them down below and go either for a true follow-up or a read. You can do some stupid stuff with this move. Next up. Do I really have to say where neutral air is? I literally said so in my aerial guide. Neutral air is a very good... No, I wanted to put it up here. I didn't want it to be down there. Neutral air is K.Rule's best move. Like, it stays out for 24 frames. Has armor for 25 frames. The sweet spot kills and combos at lower percent, which is out for, I believe, 2 or 3 frames. All the other frames have a sour spot that kill confirms at high percent and combos at mid percent too. Also, it's an insane gimping tool off stage because it lasts so long. It has armor throughout the whole move, has quite a lot of range. K.Rule's snare is insane. So, next up to a move that's not insane. Honestly, K.Rule's up B is one of his worst moves in my opinion. Once again, it's a matchup check. Many people still struggle with edgeguard and K.Rule and are like, yeah, his recovery is so good because his up B is like unpunishable because of the propeller hitbox. You cannot hit him from above. That is true. But his up B goes up very slow, is very punishable. You pretty much cannot go high because it has immense ending lag and is insanely punishable going high. You have to go to ledge and are vulnerable from the sides for the whole duration of the move. Like, how broken it is against K.Rule to just, with a character like Lucina, drop down back air, go to ledge, drop down back air, go to ledge, drop down back air, go to ledge. And K.Rule can't do anything there. Also, if there's any characters, well, there is characters, if you play against any characters that can just kind of out-hitboxes up B. There's some down airs, like Byleth down air, King K.Rule's own down air, Falcon's down air. All those can just hit K.Rule through the up B. There's other stuff, like just moves that hit quite a little below ledge. Once, as I already said, you are very vulnerable from the side, which is also, if you want to pick up King K.Rule, number one thing you have to learn: know your tags. You are going to get stage spiked so much, and if you know your tags, you may even be able to punish your opponent for it. I have really stopped counting a long time ago how often somebody tried to back air stage spike me. I tagged it because their back air is quite laggy. I could just go down, footstool them and kill them at pretty much 0 because they tried to kill me for it. That's the thing. I don't think King K.Rule's up is as bad as I did before, but it's definitely hella exploitable. Moves that just go through it, like Hydrant, Turnip, pretty much every item, Mega Man, down air, Kirby Stone, all that just destroys the move. Offensive use for King K.Rule's up B. So, it's incredibly risky to use offstage. It's definitely not an out of shield option like some up Bs are. It can, if you get a good read and catch your opponent with up B, get kills at pretty much 0 off the top. But that's nearly it. The one thing you can also do is, if your opponent tries to edge guard you or ledge trap you and they get hit by the propeller, either offstage and you drag them with you to the ledge and get something jumping from ledge there, or they just stand at ledge, get hit, you jump off and get an aerial or something from ledge there, and get a combo out of it. Which I definitely have this move to get, have to give this move some credit for. Honestly, really some credit for, because I am the self-proclaimed best King K.Rule in the world at getting combos out of a stray up B hit while just trying to recover. Like, it's insane how often I just hit my opponent standing at ledge or trying to edge guard me at like 0 and hit them with up B, and out of that up B get a fat string that literally kills them. That sounds like something that happens once every month. That like happens once every 3 sessions to me. So yeah, enough about that. King K.Rule's up air is another quite good move. Honestly, just because there's so much more moves down there, I'm gonna put these 2 up here. Or should I? Forward throw is going back down again. So yeah, King K.Rule's up air, also quite a good move. Has very niche uses, especially stalling off stage with the up B jump, which also helps getting below ledge better. And you want to be below ledge with your up B, because that is the spot where you can where it gets very difficult to just do what I told you what Lucina, for example, can do, but also many other characters. Oh yeah, also many counters destroy K.Rule's recovery. Up air is a very powerful killing up air, but also has literally nearly a second of end lag, 51 or 52 frames, something like that. There is some confirms into it, reverse crown and down air. Well, it's mostly just a killing move that comes out quite fast. This move comes out frame 7 or something, which definitely isn't bad, or I think even frame 6. But yeah, it's the second of end lag. Also, once again, this move has armor and it has a sour hit, or weak hit, or however you want to call it. So, let's go on for the last 3 moves. I had expected this to be a 20-second... exactly, I had expected this to be a 20-second video. I don't... a 20-minute video. But yeah, in the end, I end up talking way too much again. The only good thing is, after this, I'm quite optimistic that later today I will be able to record a 15-minute audiobook video. So King K. Rool's up smash, in my opinion, definitely his best smash attack. One of the fastest up smash in the game, sadly only hits above him at the beginning, so it's not a good out of shield option. The dropping hitbox can hit your opponents and do stuff. This move has a single frame that actually spikes. Some people still don't know that, I believe. It's just a powerful, quite fast up smash that you can confirm out of down air and reverse crown, and also like up air as well. I forgot to mention it there. Use as a good mash read out of your down throw. Not much more to say about it. Yeah, and it has armor as well. Yeah, that works. Up throw. Up throw. Yeah, I think that works. Up throw is King K. Rool's most damaging throw. It is, I believe, even one of the most damaging throws in the whole game. It deals like it deals nuts like a 20% or something. Something a little above 20%. So it's very powerful damage-wise, which is why it's a move often used by many K. Rools if they get a grab at mid%. It obviously puts your opponent in a juggle situation, which isn't too big of a plus because King K. Rool's juggling isn't good, because his up air has a second of end lag. So yeah. What much else is there to say about up throw? They once buffed it so it deals quite some knockback, especially on triplets. It is a decent kill throw as well at this point. So yeah, nothing wrong with this move. It's just not as good as the ones above. Honestly, I may sound insanely stupid right now, but I'm kind of considering putting up tilt in the top 5 instead of forward tilt. And you know what? I'm going to do that. Up tilt is, in my opinion, at this point, a top 5 King K. Rool move. So, what exactly is good about up tilt? Well, for once, this move got buffed in one of the last patches, so it kills earlier. Which made many people not that happy, because down throw up tilt already was quite an obnoxious combo that could kill decently. Now it kills quite well at 120, especially if you have rage. A good chunk of the roster is just gonna die to your up tilt if you are somewhat close to ledge. What else is good about this move? It's pretty fast, even though not that safe. And it's an insane anti-air option. People really underestimate it. Up tilt may be King K. Rool's best anti-air option he has. His arm is intangible, I believe, or at least the fist is intangible during the move. It hits very far above. People really underestimate that a lot. This move's hitbox is good. King K. Rool's up tilt is just very good in general. Like, there's not too much that's special about this move. But there's also, like, nearly nothing that's wrong with the move. So that's what I would say here. King K. Rool's up tilt is his 5th best move. So this is my King K. Rool move tier list. It took quite some time, a whole hour, didn't expect that. But still, I'm quite happy with how it turned out, and I'm quite happy that I managed to like talk through an entire hour like that. So yeah, once again, a quick rundown. K.Rool's worst move, down smash. His forward smash also quite bad. Dash attack, too committal. His up is very exploitable and only good in niche situations. His up air very punishable. Definitely most useful as an offstage stalling tool. Counters are just not that good in general, but K.Rule has one of the better ones. Up smash is very fast but doesn't hit opponents on the ground, which makes it less useful. Back air, very powerful move, only suffers from startup. Forward throw, depends on reads at higher percent, at low percent it's a good combo tool. Also true combos into jab, by the way, I forgot that earlier. Down tilt is a pretty decent 2-framing tool. By the way, that's, I didn't quite solve that conflict, I believe. I was struggling if forward tilt or down tilt are King K.Rool's best 2-framing, second best 2-framing tool. The thing is, I think 2-framing with down tilt is easier, but forward tilt has more reward. So yeah, decide for yourself. Up throw deals a lot of damage and does kill. Jab is very fast and puts into tech chase situations. Oh yeah, also forward throw can put into tech chase situations at some percent if there's platforms. I forgot about that. Exactly like a blunderbuss shot can. Down throw usually is just a 50% chance of your opponent dying at like 100%, and from 120, 130 on they do just die. Down air is an insane 2-framing tool and combo starter with also insane range. Back throw is just a very good killing throw. Forward tilt has a shit ton of range and a lot of power. Up tilt is a great anti-air, is fast and has an insane hitbox. Neutral B does a lot for you. Slow projectiles are always good. It also includes a common grab, which is very good. Crown has super armor and is an insane combo tool with a shit ton of priority. Forward air is a fast, spammable, powerful aerial that can start combos and has a lot of range. And neutral air does pretty much everything you can want a move to do. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, consider leaving a like and or subscribing to the channel if you haven't done it yet. Know somebody that may be interested in some content like this? Share this video with them. And ring the bell. Hopefully see you in another video. Here.